fear is a universal thing, especially for creative people, and it's something that we all have to deal with, is finding that confidence and just working through it, realizing that you have to keep pushing through, you have to keep making work to get to the good stuff.
If you are scared and you only do 2 things a year and one of those things suck, then half of the stuff you do is terrible. If you do 100 things, then your percentage of success is a little bit higher.
It's not often you hear people get up and just like open up about failure. And I heard so many people talking directly after These Are Things speech that they were just like, that's what I needed to hear.
You go into this looking at all these designers as, the top part of their graph that they showed, like it's just nothing but success and this is everything you want to be. And you realize that they have downfalls on the way.
Christopherson and Casaro, I'm pretty sure they're so close because one of the things they bonded pretty hardcore over was WMC.
It's never going to be okay. You have to know that when you fail, that you as a person are not a failure.
I'm a really insecure person. Knocking projects out and doing the best you can, and all those things build you up. But if you don't put anything out there, you're never going to get feedback and gain experience so that you can eventually get over that fear.
Everybody's here to just sort of hang out, which is cool. It's a little more low-key than some of their conferences we've been to.
This is just like, hey, let's have a beer and like talk about what we want to talk about. Just the type of creativity that's here. We don't really have things like that where I'm from.
Really following all these people and finally actually seeing that they're humans and not just machines that are constantly designing all day, every day.
It's great to see this very humble side of all these people.
Brandon Reich, he was like our coach, kicking our ass, kind of be like, dude, like just work.
When we got up on stage, we revealed things that we have literally not told anyone. Pushing through that fear and getting up in front of a room full of some friends, but a lot of strangers, and just letting it out, revealing that side of ourselves.
Art is struggle, art is hardship, and it's raw, and it's brutal, and that's what's fun about it.
Being broke was pretty cool to hear people being honest about, and I have trouble making it ends meet sometimes because everything seems glamorous from a distance.
When you show your flaws and you can articulate it, that's art. That's at the core of what we're all trying to communicate.
Fear, I think, pushes me forward because if I don't like what I'm doing, it's not worth it to stay with it. So sometimes that's a scary jump.
Winston Churchill says, never, never, never give up.
I got a lot of flaws, I think a lot of people do. And I mean, my greatest flaw could be that I work too much. I sometimes wish I wasn't so obsessed with what I do because I feel like it takes away from other things in life that I could be spending time on. I wanted to be able to stand up there and talk like a normal person and talk about real life things. In this world, it's about more than just what you're putting on the paper, it's about why you're doing things. I would love to hear more about why people do things.
Story like Barry Gordy from a neighborhood they call Motown. See, these niggas wanna hold me.
When you love doing something, it's way more important than making money. Being creative to me is something that I love. That would trump anything.
Sometimes when you're working with large clients, there's a lot of monotony that goes into it. This whole conference is just like a good opportunity to kind of like turn that noise down and tune into the details that matter.
About 5 years ago, I realized fear was at the center of pretty much every decision that I make. No great story comes without difficulty, whether it's in work or family or life in general. For Sava, just like being in a race to be the first to sit down and die is a pretty boring story.
It's the fear of failing. It's the fear of not succeeding. It's the fear of having to tell your friends that you didn't make it and you didn't pull it off that I think challenged us to do the greatest work as artists.
If you're worried about judgment, that's what defeats you in a lot of situations. If you're just creating for yourself, you shouldn't worry about who's judging it.
I just feel like everyone's here to enjoy each other's company and just pick up new thoughts, new perspectives, new outlooks on everything.
I don't think it ever truly disappears, but it gets easier over the years. Trying to figure out what you want your art to look like becomes easier and easier as you keep working on it. Adam Garcia's talk, that really stuck with me. He delved into his work and his life. It was very, very inspiring.
You can't stop doing what you know is your passion without that doubt and that fear behind you pushing you. It's kind of like a yin and a yang kind of thing. You have to have the down for the up.
Something about the WMC Fest stage, people stand up there and start spilling their guts. It transcends career. They took off their band-aids and showed us all their wounds, and it's okay because they know they'll be supported and taken care of. They will be loved.